Monday's going to be pretty low key. We got a nice interview with a new candidate who came in on Friday. Just a couple of client meetings, just some general check-ins, and we'll get into it. But as typical, the week typically evolves, gets busier and busier through the remainder of the week. But a lot of new hire-oriented stuff. We're trying to hire for 2 positions, and we have some great candidates. So excited to make movement on that. But we'll see how the week unfolds. So, essentially, if you were to come on board, it would be more of you're doing a lot of shadowing, you're learning from our team. We communicate with clients in a different way. We, write with clients a different way. We service them in a different way. So it would be a lot of cultural building and getting you into the know of kind of how we operate, what our expectations are for operating. And then while you're doing that, also gaining the skills of the systems that we operate in, where you do have some Microsoft 365 experience. I don't know how deep that goes, but a lot of our clients do operate within that ecosystem. We also have those that are using Google Workspace and a variety of other solutions that are outside of those ecosystems. So with that said, it'd be a lot of a very large learning experience. The first couple months are like drinking from a fire hose, because what's different about working for a managed service provider versus an internal IT shop is that you're exposed to so much more technology and so many more solutions. Whereas if you were to go to an individual or corporate IT, you're kind of pigeonholed into whatever they're using, and that may change year over year very minimally. You may kind of evolve or iterate on those platforms. But in the MSP space, you're exposed to everything. So if you are one of those people that just takes everything in and likes to learn and dabble and play with things, the MSP space is certainly the area for the tinkerers, or those that just like taking everything in and kind of making what they can of it. Does that sound like something that kind of fits in line with what you're looking for?
Yeah. That is a Corey question.
In addition to, I'm going to try to spin this into a little bit more about our team.
I have no clue. It all depends on the day. I want pretzels, salty pretzels, or Little Debbie's maybe, the little muffins. Those are solid.
I really do like hot fries. Yeah, honestly, probably hot fries. It's one of my favorite, crunchy snacks at least.
Top tier potato stuff. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh, you're right. This is definitely crack.
Yeah.
It's
going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem.
There's 72 bags in there.
I'm sure Amazon has an auto renew, right?
That's
We're gonna auto renew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are delicious. That's my dream office snack.
Dream office snack set. Well, I'm going to say we've already kind of created that, but I don't know. That's a good question for the team, but it's going to be a mix of shitty food and healthy food, right? You're going to have the apples, bananas, and oranges, and you're going to have
grapes.
cotton candy grapes, refrigerated.
Those 5-pound bags of Sour Patch watermelons.
You're going to have them in a dispenser, like back in the day in the movies, you'd have those big cylinders and you go up and turn the knob. Very busy. So we're headed to Duxbury to do our weekly construction meeting, take a look at the progress, shooting back down to HQ in Plymouth, and we have an interview lined up with a great candidate for one of our senior positions, which we're super excited about. So that'll dominate the majority of the early afternoon. That's about a 2.5 to 3 hour process. We'll be meeting with them with a couple different teams, running them through some scenarios, and just getting an idea of their technical abilities, how they handle troubleshooting and problem solving, how they organize data. We kind of have a process we run candidates through, which kind of gives us insight into how they think and all the things that would be encompassed in that role. And then I have a finance meeting with a client on the West Coast, and the rest of the day just gets finished from there. So fast paced in the middle of the day, then it kind of winds down pretty quickly, and then we'll prep for the next day.
Office?
It could be. Well, this is certainly much more progress. So sheetrock is up. Plaster looks like it's almost ready to be taped. So project is ramping up pretty quickly. We're just gonna go upstairs and take a peek and see what it looks like. Cool.
Alright. Who wants to say big? Certainly not on the same page.
Cool. Things are in great shape. So, about to jump into our construction meeting, and we'll catch up with you later. Things are on track, and we have some final timelines where we can begin, where the ceiling, the tiles will be in, so we can start terminating Ethernet for access points, security cameras, and things are going to be coming together really soon. I think the estimated go live date for that facility is mid to late July, and it's dependent on inspections and whatnot. But it's coming together quickly, and excited to work on phase 2, which is the refurbishment of their existing space they're operating in now. So, stay tuned. Love the quality of the Starbucks mugs.
What can I get for you?
Can I get a grande iced coffee with 1 sugar and extra cream?
Yeah, it's a grande. You said iced coffee, 1 sugar, extra cream.
Correct.
All right. Anything else?
And a slice of banana walnut bread.
And then from there, the second year was pretty much just kind of maintaining overall happiness. Got really good feedback that they were very happy with it. All right.
Yeah. My overall impression, like Billy said, is that we asked him enough technical questions that there's no way he could have bullshit his way through it. Like, we asked him, like, what's a TPM as a kid? Like, he knew it. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, he knows the basics, and he seems to have pretty decent troubleshooting.
build-outs. We have so much equipment coming in. It's insane.
Yikes. What are those for?
These are for VTH, I believe. I have to check with Mike on it, or Bard. Because we're doing like a mini computer lab, so I think that's the case.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you have Good morning, Davin Tech Group. Josh speaking.
So we're going to quickly just show you a space we're looking at in our building. Currently, we're in the lower level of the Landmark building. This pretty great view of Brewster Garden. Our team's been expanding. We've been looking to hire additional folks. So we have our current space here, which is Suite LL1, which is more of like our operations, kind of like home base. We have a maker lab next door, which is where our engineering team hangs out. A lot of like configurations take place, things of that sort. And then we're looking at a new unit to kind of expand into and do a build out, which is this unit here, LL3 of the Landmark building. Definitely a lot more of a edgier space, more modern space. We're looking to do a full build out of this location here, putting in a conference room, putting in another spare kind of hot desk, turning this into our kitchen area so that our team can hang out and relax when they're even having lunch, and then building in like a lounge area with a TV, a couple couches for our team just to kind of like hang out, shoot the shit, kind of stuff like that. But this is the space we're looking at. We're looking to build this out pretty quickly because our hiring plans are ramping up very quickly due to new business and things that are happening in our space. So, yeah. More networking equipment for a build out going on. Access points. Switches. So when equipment comes into our office, it gets tagged immediately. I don't know what client this is for. I haven't checked our procurement sheet. But once Mike Bernard gets back into the office, he'll be able to identify, and it'll get stored in our other space so that we can prep for the configuration phase with the engineering team. So every week, we're still a small shop, so we have some weekly chores, and a fun way to do that, to divvy up who does what, is we have a Nerf gun shootout. So we all stand in the hallway, shoot at the whiteboard, and it's kind of like just a quick, fun way to figure out who's doing what in the office.
So we devised a clever way to see who does the chores at the end of the week via taking out the trash, vacuuming. We have a lot of boxes. So basically we all shoot 5 darts, and whoever gets the lowest score has to do it. So it sucks to be them.
week. So it's two areas. We have a whole bunch of boxes, maybe broken down. And then we have more trash, which is more boxes, but for snacks. And then we have the standard trashes, like trash bins and whatnot. So basically just don't lose. That's what it comes down to. Just don't lose. Earlier this week, we finalized our floor plan for our new suite and further expansion here in the Landmark building. We've taken our floor plan and essentially mapped out how the layout would be actually in reality using masking tape. And just to kind of feel how the space is, when we build out a space, we want to be able to like live in it before we actually put up walls, put up glass, put desks in place. And this allows us to feel out, how the walking areas would be. This will be our administrative kind of offices. So this is another unit down here on the lower level in the Landmark building. Our overall goal is to have some of our admin staff along the wall here. We'd have a nice conference room enclosed with some glass walls. Our engineering space would be here. So Ian and Scott, two of our engineers, would be in this space. We'd have a nice spare office over here just for anyone else that comes in, needs a quiet space to jump on a phone call, get out of the noise kind of thing. And then this would be our lounge area. So the majority of the team are all gamers, so we'd set up some couches, get a nice TV, maybe some old school, retro consoles, set them up here for people to hang out and kind of like relax and tune some things out. And then we would have our kitchen in this back space here. Right now we just have a small kitchenette. This would allow us to have more room for snacks, a place dedicated for the team to eat, and just allows us to further expand our current space. The unit we're in now, we're going to blow out a wall and turn that into more of our IT operations space, where the majority of the noise happens there. People are on phones, assisting clients and staff at our clients. But as we go through this build out process, we'll take you along with us. Construction's to start in the next couple of weeks, and it should come along really quickly. So really excited to bring you along for that, and we'll make sure that you guys are in the know. Thanks for sticking around to the end of DTG Weekly number 3. We appreciate you watching our content. Please like and subscribe to the video if you want to learn more about us. We had a really great week. A lot of interviews. We're trying to ramp up our operations for future growth. We're building out a new office. A lot more deals are in the pipe. So a lot of things will be changing as time goes on, but please stick around and stay with us.